Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is 12:30 at night, 12:30 a.m. at night, and boy, have I got some interesting things to tell you about. You see, okay, let me get this guy's video off of here. Turn the TV off. Okay, there we go. Okay, so let's see where to begin. First of all, before I forget, I just want to make this little analogy. Because what I want to ask Trump supporters to do, if there really are any actual, I know people, God bless them, that have actually fallen for this man's shit and the hype, nonsense, false equivalency bullshit the media has to do so they don't get harassed and berated by the whiny fucking bitch paid con artist people that now have eventually permeated into genuine support because people don't have time to parse through all the fucking facts. If you were interested in facts, you cannot support Donald Trump. Okay? But I understand you know, but Hillary Clinton emails, blah, Benghazi. I know, and the difference between people like you and people who support Hillary Clinton is that when you say things, we have answers, we have reasons why the things you're talking about don't matter. Some of those things we cannot talk about for national security reasons, but most of us are smart enough to figure out on our own, so we don't have to. Okay, it's sorry, I'm not trying to be a dick about it. But there are things about our national security that don't need to be discussed in fucking open forums that you should know based on cliche sounding rhetoric that is what keeps us safer. And it may sound like liberal pandering to you, but it in fact by the numbers keeps us safer. But that's still not what I want to talk to you about, okay? This is very simple to understand. Okay? To a conservative, even independent, especially to a white person, okay? To the majority feeling entitled. Oh, I shouldn't say entitled, right? No, you're not entitled, are you? No, you work hard, right? I know. I agree. So watch out for what the fuck I'm about to tell you, boys. The only thing worse than an entitled minority in your eyes, the only thing worse than an entitled minority is an entitled celebrity, and you fucking know it. And could there be a more quintessential entitled celebrity than Donald Trump? The only valid alternative theory to my theory regarding Donald Trump is that he is a Hillary Clinton plant. Okay? Once the facts, even like the alleged facts, even if you absorb just all the alleged facts, that's the only conclusion you could come with if you actually think about this. For anybody to actually be genuinely supporting Donald Trump is the biggest embarrassment to this country we will ever experience. Okay? Especially if he gets elected. And I want to make a retraction. I want to apologize for one thing I said earlier. Well, not really apologize. Just I was kind of in the moment, and I wasn't very clear about what I said. Um, there's still a chance, depending on the behavior and the reaction of the people who see this video. There's still a chance that they won't come. There's still a chance that everything's going to be just fine. But, you see, there's a lot of these, what you call them, words of Christ in the Bible, you see? And there's a basically, pretty much kind of a habit, a bad habit, of people assuming that these things were metaphors just because they can't understand them in a literal context. Well, you see, now you arrive in a situation in which the truth is actually going to prevent your death. Okay? Your enslavement, your captivity, and your depth. The three things mentioned that truth could be useful for. 2,000 years ago. Now, I know that this has become a little bit of a cliche thing. But you know what? These people, these Shilliverse channels, they all say the same shit. And they've all been saying the same shit for 10 years now. Right? 10 years? Give or take? Looking at the light as if it's a clock. Be a clock. Calendar. Time-telling device of modern technologies. Yes. Clocks. What was I saying? So, yes. So valid in this time. But not because of things that otherwise contradict Scripture. Like rebelling against your own government. That's against Scripture, dearies. Pretty much everything this Shilliverse wants you to do. Judge not, lest you be judged. Forgive, and be forgiven. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Donald Trump, Russian propaganda in general, has tested you on these things, and you have failed, me brothers. And now we dine at the restaurant at the end of the universe together. What meat will you make of it? Now you may say that many leaves fall from a tree. So what harm is it that if a few should fall underfoot? But I say, if the leaves fall, leaves fart. if the leaves fart, put it on YouTube. Okay. But if the leaves fall too far from the tree, the ground will grow infertile, and the roots will grow weak and rot. But then you will say, then you can just cut them off and plant the tree anew in new soil. Yes, but I am still saying it's not too late to clean the roots and replant the tree. Now I know a lot of you kids don't know what that meant, but trust me, it needed to be said. That was a metaphor. Kinda. See, 2,000 years ago, I spoke very directly, but I spoke of events that you weren't aware of, that were happening politically at the time. Okay? These are events that no imposter can know of. Okay? They don't even know that these events were the case. They don't even know the meanings of those words. And they sure as hell can't say on a YouTube channel, reality is about to show you what I mean by them, and then have it unfold before your very eyes. But if you've bothered to pay attention to what's been going on this channel for the past almost 2 years, that's what you will know has happened. It's not for me, it's for you. And yes, that's what the cleaning roots was about. Thought that would be pretty obvious, at least. So, anyways, it was an old reference. I mean, there was no real reason for me to hold back too much of that. But let's just say I'm starting to wonder how people expect me, how people expect me to remember everything. You know, knowing everything and remembering everything, it's two different fucking things. Okay, I've 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 forgotten more than every human combined knows. Like, I mean, Jesus, what the fuck? And I just said that on camera. Now, to think of something to convince you that that opinion is in no way actually narcissistic, which actually isn't difficult, considering that you probably already know if you've been watching my previous videos, that I consider it a curse. In fact, I envy, I really, really do envy stupid people. And I long for, I so search for someone with a clue. Some things are just too much to ask. Try as I might, I cannot seem to accomplish such things. Try as I might, 5 years ago, I wanted to be crazy. And I said, okay, if I'm crazy, then Russia won't start taking over shit. Then Russia started taking over shit. And I've said a lot of things on this channel. And in the back of my mind, the skeptical part of my mind has said, if I'm crazy, if I can please just be crazy and not have to do this anymore, then things won't play out exactly as I'm predicting. I'd love to be crazy. I'd love to be stupid. I'd love to be wrong. I can't. I can't. I can't get over that. I'm just fucking wrong. Wrong. And you fucking people you actually support him. God, I'm sorry, but it just fucking blows my mind. How fucking stupid can people be? I'm sorry. Really, you're gonna vote for wrong me? He literally, he's such a fucking insecure, rage-filled little bully pansy fucking shit that he purses his lips up with anger before he says wrong. You're gonna vote for that? Oh, oh. It's hard for me to look at someone once they've said they're gonna vote for Donald Trump. It's like, oh no, I thought you were human. I thought you had reason and a heart and like a soul. I thought God had an influence in your life, but I was wrong. I was so wrong. How could I have been this wrong? How could anybody be so wrong as to be willing to vote for that? I mean, even if he wasn't a puppet of the biggest threat to America that there is, a puppet of the nation who supplied Assad as he equipped the Ba'athist remnants to blow up American soldiers in Iraq. Okay? That's puppet. He's Putin's puppet. Even if he wasn't Putin's puppet, he's still the you're fired guy, not the you're hired guy. He's still just an entitled, hedonistic celebrity who apparently thinks it's okay to say he's going to date 10-year-old girls and, like, grope his daughter in public. His other daughter seems like that relationship is weird. Like, everything about them seems really fucking weird. Borderline sociopathic. Definitely the embodiment of elite, narcissistic, aloof. Like, they're the problem that you describe, and you're gonna vote for him? Oh. Judge not, lest ye be judged. Everything about what he says is just trying to make you judgmental of other people. Everything about what he says is just trying to make you not forgive other people. Namely Hillary Clinton, who, frankly, she's done a lot more good than harm and more than deserves to be forgiven for setting up, by the way, setting up an 800 megahertz quad processor Xenon server where there were dual Pentium 2 400s before it. Okay? Dual P2 400s versus quad 800 Xeons. Okay? If you don't speak computer booga booga language, that don't mean shit to you. But the fact of the matter is, the server that Bill had was far superior to the server that had been sitting in the fucking State Department for the same amount of time. That's why Bill got the shit. Because those things had already been collecting dust. Because they were state of the art in 1996. But by 1998, no, they weren't cutting it. Huh. 20 minutes. It seemed like the video's gone on longer than 20 minutes. But anyway, I'm tired. I mean, I am really fucking tired, man. So, I guess I'm done. Hope y'all found this, you know, watchable at a minimum. You know, like, not too tedious. I hope you stopped pointing and laughing long enough to learn something, maybe. Um, it's so hard to hold back reminding people of the consequences of their actions. You know, on a personal level. Because, I mean, how embarrassed will you be in the afterlife when you realize you judged me and I gave you the air you breathe? When you realize you judged me and I told you everything you need to know to know that I told you the truth. That's what I wanted to say, but I tried to hold myself back from saying it. I told you the truth that you needed to survive. While you may think these things can be mutually exclusive, this is a prophesied time in which they are meant not to be. And thus, interpreting that prophecy upon myself only reinforces to me, combined with everything else, events, miracles, the existence of my wife, who really should not exist. By the way, somebody, you know, because I spoke of Russian hacking influencing the election, called me a Slavophobe. First of all, my wife's Serbian, so she's 100% Slavic. Um, so if I'm a Slavophobe, explain that. Um, like David Duke marrying a black chick, like I don't get that. But if you want to get really technical about it, by by ancient definition, yes, I am a Slavophobe because I don't like the enslavement of people. I have a phobia of slavery. So, yeah, in that sense. And I don't like the fact that you, the Slavic people, are being enslaved and you don't even seem to know it. Okay, so before I fall the fuck asleep here, there was like some actual things that happened that I wanted to mention. Number one, number two, number three, something, I don't know. I've mentioned a few things, so I guess I shouldn't be counting the fucking one, should I? Well, anyways, one of the very interesting things was the entire internet and everything kind of going down today. PSN going down, Twitter, Netflix. You saw the news. That all happened right after I made the video calling out the Russian hacking of YouTube. Coincidence? Please comment below your thoughts, your opinions. Or just, say, look at me, I'm a shit monkey. I don't care. Just comment below so more people see the fucking videos, man. It's kind of ridiculous. No value for original wisdom, for actual, practical wisdom. No value for making people really think. I doubt it. I haven't lost that much faith in humanity, have you? I mean, I'm not that annoying. Jeez. So, the other interesting thing that happened today, I forgot you were gone. I thought you were asleep. My wife just came home, and I was ready to attack her. I heard the door open. I'm like, wait.
Please don't attack me. I'm like vulnerable and hurting at the moment.
I'm sitting there falling half asleep on a video. I was just about to tell them about the polling place thing expanding. Or did I already fucking mention? I don't even know anymore. This video's gone on too damn long. Apparently, because now you're home.
Sorry,
and that's happened.
For like 20 minutes.
Oh. Got to kind of rescue an old friend from a bad situation. And had some nice visiting. They calmed down and
Hi.
that
Oh god.
that looked rather odd.
You know what? I feel rather odd.
Hi. Okay. So yeah. In addition to Russians wanting to come observe the Louisiana elections, it was like Texas and Oklahoma.
Everybody said no.
And yeah,
Sorry.
denied. Oh.
I don't know what their excuses were, but at least we have a very valid excuse. We're still recovering from the flood, and everybody's short-handed and short-staffed. At least that's the excuse they used.
How long ago did I say that Trump was gonna, have Russian help right at the local polling places? Months and months ago. Still in the primaries. Okay? It was a warning during the primaries that I said that. I sound stupid right now because I don't like tooting my own horn, and I feel really awkward when I do so, but
Toot,
I start to feel like I'm talking to a bunch of fucking morons sometimes because I see this perpetual nonsense continue, and I don't see anyone apologizing, and I don't see anyone by their works trying to make amends. And by your works, little children, is how you will be judged. Mark my words.
By the way,
in
case there's any doubt, yours truly, not me, 100% Serbian. Serbians are Slavics. We're Slavs. Derived from slaves. That's what we were. Russia does not does not represent the entire
the Federation.
The Russian Federation.
Sorry.
That's awesome. Does not represent the entire Slavic community as a whole. Never has. Never will. Okay? So, anybody who wants to say that my husband is a what was it, a Slavophobe?
I thought you were gonna say slobophobe.
Bryce, I almost did say
Yes,
Slavophobe.
I can't stand messy people.
How do you even pronounce Slavophobe?
Slavophobe.
Slavophobe.
It's literally a fucking term they made up to avoid their own fucking guilt.
I'm a Slav. I'm 100% Slavic.
Yes.
100%.
Our people were taken from
How?
pre-Germanic Thrace by the Mongolian horde, and that's how the Slavic people were created.
So how can he be? How can he be a Slavophobe if I'm a Slav and like not even part, but like full-blooded?
And as far as anyone from Gaul, which was unconquered Thrace, is concerned, we're same blood, just fucking white bread ass European people,
Speak for yourself. I'm olive.
Like more olive than you are, dude.
And that's because I work in an office now.
I work in a fish room.
But you still go outside.
There's bright lights on the fish. Tanning my forearms. I don't know. Okay. Is the video over? I'm tired.
Yeah, I just wanted to interject that because of that comment from earlier. You're a Slavophobe. Nasty, nasty Slavophobe.
So, dear, would you just do me a favor and remind the viewers right quick, just since I've already talked some mad political shit and claimed some supernatural shit, it would help to get you to just tell them a couple of things that I do or have done that kind of prove who I am.
There was the time you almost struck us with lightning.
Yeah.
Which was not fun.
It's really not normal.
There was the time that you scared the shit out of me while I was getting ready for work and you phased out.
Mm-hmm.
Glowed blue and phased out.
It's a bit odd.
A little bit, yeah. Dropped my hairbrush, damn near dropped it in the toilet, actually. Which would have sucked. Play with lightning all the time, you got it on film.
If I'm not like in a bad mood, say for instance, what happens when you're having like an ache, a pain, and an illness?
You make it better.
Yeah. Is that generally a difficult thing for me, or is it more of just kind of a wave of a hand kind of thing?
More or less a wave of a hand, depending on how bad it is. Now that I've had this surgery, you're not having to try as hard. That helps. Just saying.
Oh yeah. Difference in a decaying body part being there and not.
Yeah, body part that was eventually going to overtake everything and kill me. Yay.
Tubal ligation syndrome.
Yes, I'll be doing a video
A
on
real
that.
thing that women should not choose to do to their bodies.
No, and you know what? Most women wouldn't choose to do it to their bodies if they understood the risks. If the risks were explained to them properly by the doctors. Most women, if they heard these side effects that me and thousands of other women have gone through, they would not choose to do it. The lawsuits that are now coming out, even for the IUDs, like the Mirena and the coils that they use when they don't cut and burn, they put the insert in your tubes. There's lawsuits right now. The filshy clips, the little clips that they put in, sometimes they'll clamp your fallopian tube. But the thing about that is those migrate. There was a girl in my group, in my PTLS group, who said that they found one embedded in the bottom of her lung. It had like made its way and embedded itself.
Oh hell no!
And not only that, but she didn't just have two. She didn't just have two; she had three clips. And then I have read stories where the doctors will go in to remove them, and they can't just can't find it, so they close you back up.
Ha!
Yeah, it's freaking horrible. I mean,
And one day you
there's
actually have a baby and it's right there in their forehead.
there's
I don't know.
no no
Sorry.
no,
Sorry.
because by
I'll
then
shut up now.
your insides and your uterus and your tubes are so shredded from the metal, it's not even funny.
Uh,
But also, there's a lot of women who end up developing a nickel allergy or who have nickel allergies, and the doctors don't tell them that the clips are actually, or the East Shore spring is made of nickel. So this foreign object is surgically implanted in your body, and you're allergic to it.
so, listen to your mother. She worries.
Yeah. And has been there, done that.
Yeah.
I don't sit here and preach about shit I don't know about.
That's kind of our thing. We do it ourselves.
So
So
that
we're
you
not
don't have to.
and so we're not hypocrites when we tell you as much. Because, has no one heard the voice of accuser? Oh, it's very easy for God to sit up there on his high horse and judge us. You're making a straw argument against Christianity. In Christianity, God does no such thing. Anyways, I guess that's all for the night. That's a good closer. And now you can go watch Keith Olbermann's Space if you want.
The final frontier.
I want to know what he means by that. Watch this space. That's the closer. Watch this space. Want to watch this space with me?